Hey guys, and before we get started with today's video, I do want to remind you guys that a new episode of Misadventures in the Wasteland is now live. Feel free to click on the link down below to check out the full episode, or you feel free to subscribe to the Otaku Gamer for other video game content. There's not just Misadventures in the Wasteland, we also do JRPG Joy and a few other various Let's Plays.
Hey, my name's Shadow Steel, and you're watching Trackside. All aboard?
Alright guys, so for this series of this series of Trackside, and yes, there's going to be some Railwork Sundays videos on Sherman Hill for this so-called saga of mine, but from now until May 9th, why do I keep saying November 9th? There must have been something that happened that day. Anyway, up until May 9th of 2019, we will be going through various scenarios in on Sherman Hill, whether it be the past or the present version. And today, I thought we'd start things off with the scenario Over the Hill. Set in 1869, drive a passenger train over the hill from Cheyenne to Laramie. And we've tried this before if you watch Railwork Sundays, but we're going to try and do it again, this time end to end. And I've gotten some tips from Smokebox himself about how to run this locomotive. Now, granted, I have, I haven't really had much practice with these locomotives, but granted, I'll be trying my best. So we're going to try and run as best we can on these scenarios. So. Oh, that was quick. Oh, hello. Right, 19. Hello, driver. Today you'll drive the passenger train all the way over the hill till Laramie. Good luck. All right. So, first thing we're going to do is set that to easy. Smoke. Control 4, dense. Alright, I'm gonna put up the throttle. I keep forgetting about that. Headlight on. Whistle. And we should now have the brakes released and everything. So I'm going to do a tutorial video on the Union Pacific 119 due to the fact that I've gotten a request recently to actively show off how this locomotive how to drive this locomotive. So there's been a request, at least for me, to show off how to operate the locomotive and whatnot, and I gotta say, it is very tricky to get it right. Once you get the rough hang of it, it's the most satisfying thing ever. That is a lot of smoke, actually. Alright, I forgot to flip the fucking switch again. There we go. Just gonna open up the throttle a little bit more. And we're off! I gotta make sure we get the switch flipped back over for any other trains going along our track. Well, I'm speeding now. Clear. The hell? Okay. Why is my cylinder cock still open? Oh, that's a lot of smoke. A very thick black smoke. Probably not a good sign, honestly. I'll try and speed her up. I'm gonna lower the reverser. There we go. We should be good there. And we're off. At least for now, anyway. Open up the door. Can't fucking see. Open the door. Open the door! Yeah! So the 119 has a standard boiler pressure of 120 psi. As of right now, we are kind of dropped a little bit, so I'm going to put some... At least try my hardest to get back to boiler pressure. There you go. Alright, I'm trying to find a balance here, at least in terms of how the locomotive operates. So, our first station is over at Cheyenne. So we're actually traveling over Archer Hill now. Or what would eventually be Archer Hill. Uh-oh. Got the fire coming out of the fucking... Alright, so we need to open up the that's the injector. We need the blower. Feed water heater. God damn it. Where is the blower? Fucking hell. Let's feed water heater again. Blower. Throttle. Alright, so that's the blower. Oh, the dampeners! The dampeners! I forgot to put in the dampeners! Rear dampeners. Okay, and now apply the blower. No, that's sand! Fuck! There we go. Fire jet bay here. We want to make sure we don't have the fire flaming out of the fucking firebox here. Otherwise, she's not getting enough air in the smoke box and everything. That's why I was turning on the blower, was trying to keep the fire at bay here. Okay, we're going up to... We can actually increase our throttle a little bit, trying to get the locomotive up and running. I need to put more coal in there. It is possible to operate the locomotive without the HUD, so let's see what he does. Oh, there we go. So he's actually actively running the locomotive now. So if I have this HUD operate up and running, the F5 HUD, we should be okay. So he's going to try and keep the fire as best he can, while we try and operate the locomotive as best we can. We'll just focus on that. I'm going to use the F5 HUD to keep an eye on everything as a whole. We don't need to worry too much about the locomotive. What I do need to worry about is the fucking steam usage and steam generation rate. Need to keep an eye on that, just make sure we're running everything smoothly here. Alright, he's got everything under control. Steam usage, steam generation's doing okay. We're at 110 psi. We're doing okay here, honestly. I've been using the F4 HUD for so long that I'm not used to running the F5 HUD. I also went ahead and just lowered the camera there, so try and see my face. Okay, once it gets down to like about 3, he just shovels coal in there, so be good. I think I was using F4 HUD because of the gradient. That was the main thing. Okay, we got 2 miles and then this one. Okay. Yeah, we're doing okay. Not bad, honestly. I gotta say though, she is beautiful. It also gives me a little bit more of a reason to actually run this locomotive with the F5 HUD. Gonna keep her boiler pressure and everything ready to go. Let me look at the paint scheme here. Boink. How's she doing speed-wise? In all seriousness, the speed limit's being bupkis actually on this route because oops, shit, that's not what I wanted. There we go. Because all we need the F5 HUD is to essentially just keep an eye on the water system. There we go. This is the first time I'm operating a locomotive like this, so expect some delays. Yeah, that blower sound's getting annoying on my headset. I can hear it clearly there. Yeah, I can tell that we're slowing down. Yeah, we're slowing down quite a bit here. I'm going to try and increase the regulator, see what we can do. Oh, we got the safety valves about to go off. Alright, we've reached our tire maximum, so I'm going to try and not use the... There we go. We should be picking up a little bit of speed here. I know this looks weird from your perspective, but at least it operates. If I remember right, this is a spring, so technically you wouldn't need these doors open. Alright, how's the water level? Alright, we're gonna need water. And the tender here. Alright, injectors are going. How's the safeties? Oh, we just keep blowing the fuckers. Water level at 34%. How far are we? 1.4? We should be fine. He's doing okay. So the fire's been contained, that's good to see. Let's keep an eye on that speed here. After all, we speed too much, we're going to get some problems. A couple trees out there. Alright. Might as well get the camera in position. Oh god. I think I got a bush in that shot. Yeah, let's try this. Ah, fuck! Let's see how the passengers are doing in the back here. Hard to imagine that this is what America looked like in the 1800s. Just less than 100 years ago, actually. I mean, up until 1940, this was basically almost all of the United States. This was unless you lived in a like an area like New York or Philadelphia or like that, you wouldn't really be living in a large city or like a large town kind of area. You would really, for the most part, feel very different from how things would operate. So things would look very different in the long run. Okay, I gotta double check what my water level is. We're at 86%, so we should be fine. I can turn off those waters. Turn these off as well. Probably don't need to put them in there anymore. So safety valves are going off. I can probably put the regulator up a little bit. 0.3 miles, so I might need to slow down actually, now that I think about it. We're at 25 miles an hour. I can hear it squealing. Oh fuck. Is that a crossing? I'm not actually sure if that's a crossing. I'm going to shut down the throttle here. Whoa, that was a bounce. I'll touch the shit here. Alright. Oh, shit, that didn't work. On the whistle. Make sure we can get to a stop here. Honestly. Oh fuck, that switch wasn't even aligned. Now that was a ghostly whistle. That was a beautiful sound, though. I love the whistles, honestly. We can probably use the water injector to actually fill up the boiler once we get here. There's the Cheyenne Hotel. I'm not exactly sure how far we are. Can't be that far. Yep, okay. We need throttle on. Whoops. Come on, come to a stop, buddy. Oh, that's perfect! Opening the doors and we're good. I see the guys are waiting here at the station. Cheyenne, Wyoming. Or rather the Wyoming Territory, huh? Nothing but a tent camp here. If the freight train has passed, set the switch and let's climb the hill. The freight train has not passed us yet. He's still on his way. Oof, he's struggling. You can clearly see it. Is that how you make a crossing? Hold on, I need to look at something here. I've been trying to make crossings on my route the entire time. I just want to make sure I'm looking at it right. Click. Good. I like how most of it... Oh my god, Cheyenne's actually already pretty big. Wow. He's used a bunch of buildings too. Well, that's pretty cool. Kind of see everything here. What the hell? Got a guy waiting here. Got some lanterns hanging up here. Oh, well that's interesting. What the hell is that? I'm gonna figure out where that is. Where that asset is. Alright. Should be ready to go. Once he clears that junction, we'll realign the switch and we'll be ready to go. Alright. You should be clear now. Oh, nope. Yep, still used. Somehow. Okay. Oh, God. There we go. Alright. Oh, fuck. I think we might have primed those cylinders. Oh, thank God. We haven't. I was just making sure we hadn't. Oh, hello, sir. That's awesome. Alright. Alright, open up. Oh, he wasn't even, the boiler wasn't even on. Oh, God, get out of my face. Should be good. Alright, so, from here on out, it's a clean slate, or at least from what I can get. We have the regulator up too high here. I'm going to shut her down a little bit. Reverse her. Okay, here we go. I haven't sounded the whistle yet, but granted, I don't really have a choice. It should be clear. I will check though. You know what? Oh boy! Almost went down the wrong fucking track. You should have a clear block. Yep, we got a highball. At least I hope we do. Yeah, we do. Okay. We're getting some boiler, the pop-out valves again. Don't turn that on yet. Alright, off we go. I'm going to keep an eye on that water level though, just to make sure we don't run it too hard. Oh! Well, that's awesome. Yeah, we admit that's probably one of the coolest things I've seen so far. Alright, steam generation rate's gone up again. We haven't really popped the safety valves lately, so... Then again, it looks like we're going to pop them. Also keeping an eye on our speed here, we do have a... We're trying to keep it under 30, but we don't want to go too fast here. Cut it down here, that way we don't have to worry too much about it. There goes the safety valve. fire is not shooting out of the firebox there, so we're good with that. I'm going to open up the throttle a little bit more. I think we're actually on a gradient now. Not exactly sure. I can't really make sure anymore because I don't have a HUD. I'll just open it up, see what we can do. Boiler water level at 79%. How many stations do we have total? At least how far do we have? Yeah, 50 miles. Jesus Christ, man. Okay, we're going up the grade. I'm sure of that. Just need to make sure we're not using too much boiler pressure here. Fireman's actually doing quite alright, at least in terms of how the locomotive's operating. Gotta say, I might want to use this. I may want to use this automatic fireman from now on to actually operate this locomotive. He's obviously doing a good job, at least for the most part. We don't need too much boiler pressure. We don't need too much. Yeah, because we're already popping off our safety valves again. We haven't really. Yeah, that's not going to be too bad, honestly. What the hell? Ah! Lag. I probably know what that lag is, by the way. Well, our first station is 17 miles away. That's not bad. Probably get at least one station in before the end of the video. Oh god. I love it water. There goes the safety valves again. I'm gonna increase the reverser here. See if we can get some more steam. Or lose some steam actually. We need to lose steam pressure here, honestly. We don't need to worry about the speed too much. We just need to keep her from popping those safety valves all too often. Hey, we're at 80% in the boiler and we're still trying to fill it up. Well, what's the concern here, really? The concern here, mainly, at least in terms of water, is getting below this and having steam pop out of it. So, we might be okay for now. Okay, he's got the blower on, actually, so let's turn those off. And my main concern, like I said, would be getting below that third tricot. So, roughly 60% or so? Okay, we got about 1.4 miles out there. So that's a task. Now we need to go straight through. Okay, clicking that and clicking that. Well, I did not meet the Cheyenne depot. That's a shame. I didn't get to Cheyenne on time, so. Expectation adjusting. Oh god. We're still having a little bit of steam pressure above us, so we're okay to increase the reverser just a little bit. I don't want to increase it too much, otherwise we'll start stalling out, forcing the train to kind of come to a flow. We're doing okay there. Got the blower on, so we're doing okay. In all seriousness, we might... How are we doing? Wait, did it just went down a... Okay, we're good. We gotta keep checking those cylinder cocks, otherwise we're gonna blow the fuck up. So the first station is 16 miles away, the second station would be 23, and then Laramie itself would be 50. So we could probably get the first station down, we should be okay with that. Okay, 23 miles an hour seems to be okay in terms of speed. Boiler water level is at 66. So I'm going to open up the water valves again. And actually, go ahead and grab some water again while we're at this point. So instead of using the water, I'm going to use the feed water heaters, because those are going to be a little easier on the boiler pressure here. Opening that one up as well. The one thing you can clearly hear when you open up the feed water heaters, besides the injector, other than the injector itself, would be the clacking noises. If you listen very closely, you'll actually be hearing clacking. I wish I could do the view, could get a better view of this, but there's actually a bit of clacking coming from these little guys down here. That basically is telling me that the water is being put into the boiler. You can kind of hear it here. However, I'm seeing an issue here already. Steam generation has gone down. So I'm going to lower that a little bit so we can get some water, the steam pressure back in the boiler here. It's also should... Oh, hello. There's a passing siding in front of us. Be sure that you switch... Be sure that the switches are set straight through. Took out water. Yeah, we're doing okay. Fireman's doing his job, so that's good. I don't have a time meter, so I don't really know what my EPA is anymore. Boiler level at 70%. Kind of hear the train slowing down here. Is my camera centered on the... It's centered on the steam dome here. I figured out where my camera is pointing at. Kind of see it if you spin the camera around, you see that the whistle doesn't move too much. Shake. I'm shaking the whole camera like this. I'm wiggling my foot on the bottom of my desk and it's just like clunk, 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 clunk. These valves are going off again. Increase the regulator. Water level at 75%. Be good with that now. $36. Ah. Oh boy. Yeah, 8 miles. That. 18 miles for that, and 14 miles there. Okay. Just need to make sure I'm not recording too long. Alright, we're kind of... Alright. Once I get the boiler water level to 80%, I should be good. I'll go ahead and shut her down. Come on, you can do it. There we go, 80%. We're good. Turn that off. Turn that off. There we go. You're good. We still got the blower on and everything, so he's good. There we go. Open up the throttle a little bit. Try and get some speed back up. Got 7 miles to go there. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to try and record this as one continuous session, but that might not be the case. So we'll try and see what we can do. I don't know how well we're going to do here. White smoke, so that's mostly water in the boiler. Okay. Oh god. I'm just fiddling around with the controls here to see what I can do. Boiler water level back to 75 down there. Can't see either way. God damn it. We're still there. The steam's coming out of there, so I'm gonna open up the injectors now. They've opened up. And turn on the feed water heater, see if we can get some more water in there. And get some more boiler. I'm trying to heat up the water before it gets too cold, so. Oh god. Longer? Oh, there you are. Oh, 6 miles, 7 miles, I think. The first station, 12 miles after that, so probably about half its distance. Oh god, damn it. Yep. Alright, so this is gonna take a while. So much for that.